Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Ta-da! Am I on? I can't tell if I'm on. I think I might be on. It's an exciting time here at Mike Meyers today, kids. Let me try to get myself on and clear. Here we go. Okay. Hey, everybody, it's Mike Meyers here at the Monday edition of the Mike Meyers Ask Mike Anything live stream. The goal of this live stream is to provide those of us who are isolated by the coronavirus an opportunity to continue our studies for CompTIA certifications. Now, the goal of this is you ask me questions and I answer them. So we start here at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time and we run until 4 o'clock or until the questions run out. And it seems like summertime and everybody's taking it easy, so we're having shorter days, which is fine. No problem with that whatsoever. But we also have another problem, just to let you guys know. The air conditioner is out. And if you've ever been in Texas in July, you know this is serious stuff. So I'm melting. So we're probably going to make this a shorter one today. I will not let any questions go unanswered. But in particular, the big thing is I have a big presentation on TPM. I am not going to do that today. Guys, seriously, I'm melting in here. It's probably 98 degrees. What is that for you folks in Europe? That's like 36 degrees, 37 degrees. So we're Texans, we're used to the heat, but I'm dying, I'm melting. So we'll keep it as a shorter one, I promise. We actually have a kind of interesting TPM coming up, because what I want to do is I want to go ahead and do TPM. And again, this is going to be way beyond what's on the certifications, but it's fascinating. And then I'm going to use that as a lead-in to probably next week do a what's really happening hardware-wise for Windows 11, because there seems to be a lot of questions out there. In fact, I have a lot of questions. And I have a lot of questions myself, and it seems like a lot of other people are still trying to figure out what really are the solid hardware requirements. Even Microsoft has made different announcements on this. So anyway, stay tuned on Wednesday when the air conditioner's running. If the air conditioner isn't running, I'm going to go someplace else because I'm melting to death here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Now, basically, this is how this works. What you're going to do is you're going to type questions in to the chat window right here in YouTube, and I will answer them. So let's go ahead and get that going. So really what I do is I actually pop the chat window out. There's a little pop-up feature. You have that too on your browser, and you can bring that in, and it gets it just makes it a little bit more convenient. Oh my gosh, it's hot in here. This is how much I suffer for you guys. Okay. I've literally spent the entire morning talking about efficiencies and tonnages for air conditioning and SEER ratings and more clever ways to spend my money. Home ownership. Yeah. All right, first of all, let's see what's going on here. Siegfried Vanderwee is back. Alan, Andrew, Scott Jernigan, Dave Rush are both on. Hey, good to see. Wasn't expecting you guys. Good. Brendan Mulvihill. Brendan Mulvihill. Am I even close? Brendan, sorry, man. Jason Elms, Brendan, Alex, Tullowit, of course. Let's see. Kevin Lopez, DBT Wisted. So many times we come up with these names for our online presence, not realizing that one day Mike Meyers might try to pronounce them online. J.M. Romero, good to see you again, brother. You passed the MTA server fundamentals. Well done. Tolowit, congrats for getting the videos out. Thanks, man. We had a lot of challenges with this. I'll tell you, Corona really put a challenge on Total Seminars, to say the least. Ta-da-da. Patricia Grace ordered Security Plus book, the video lessons today. So excited to begin. Excellent. David Mohan. Oh, God, David, can I do this? Managerial and operational security controls. He jumps right in. Sure. So a managerial control is something that has to do with the management of the system itself. So management controls would be, we will make sure that all new hires receive X number of days of training. That would be a managerial control. Operational security control. Oh, God. I've gone blank. What's an operational security control? Yeah, I wrote it, David. That doesn't mean I actually remember all this stuff. This is one of the things I wish I had my Security Plus book in front of me so I could quickly pull it out. Because not only, see where I get in trouble with this stuff, David, is, so I'll forget exactly, I mean, I can kind of BS my way through an operational security control, but I'd rather give you a right answer. So, because I'm in a panic to answer your question, David, I zoom through the internet to try to find a quick answer. So I find a quick answer. Now the problem is, does this answer tie in well to the answer in my book? Because if it doesn't, you, David Mohan, you and everybody else, I'm not picking on you at all, are going to give me trouble. So usually at this point, this is where Dave or Scott, nope, so I'm on my own here, not a problem. Oh, okay, good. I'm making this stuff hard. So operational controls are usually the types of security controls that we're most, when we think about what a security control is, anywhere from how you're going to establish firewalls, how you deal with access control, any of the operations. Gee, this sounds really hard now that I think about it for a minute, David. Anything that has to do with the operations of your systems, that's where an operational security control can come in. And operational security controls can handle with physical security, they can handle virtual security. Most of the controls that you're going to deal with are going to be operational security controls. Woof. Didn't I tell you it was hot? No. Too late, David. J.M. Romero, what do you think about certifications of the Linux Professional Institute, Mr. Meyers? I'm not against LPI, LPIC, but I got to tell you, and guys, I am not a fanboy for CompTIA. I mean, I know I do a lot of books for CompTIA certifications, but I don't owe them any money, trust me. And McGraw-Hill would literally publish any book I wanted to write. What I'm telling you is that I do like some of the things that CompTIA does, and the Linux Plus is a very interesting certification, and it's getting a lot of ground on the LPI, LPIC stuff. So that's what I think, Mr. Romero. Andrew Hutz, I had the weirdest day. A guy I know got arrested with a bunch of Biafran separatists in Nigeria, and now he's in Abjua prison on terrorism charges. How is your day going? Better than his. David Mohan, are you not roasting under the hat with this weather? David, it's in Texas, the sun is so intense that you pretty much, especially somebody like me, pretty much has to wear a hat. So, just like the Bedouins wear all those robes, here in Texas, you got to wear a hat because otherwise you'll just burn. I Ride Dirt. I remember you, I Ride Dirt. Kevin Lopez, I passed your security one on my 4th shot. Wow. Oh, Kevin, you passed a Security Plus Total Tester on your 4th shot. I thought you meant you took the actual Security Plus on your 4th shot. That would have made me sad. You are very close to being ready. Claude Limigites, Hey, Mike, any advice for Core 2 exam? Yeah, there's nothing special about the Core 2 exam. Know your stuff. Don't spend too much time on the performance-based questions. All the same stuff. There's nothing special about the 1002, the Core 2. Ooh, sorry about that. William Jeski's here. I ride dirt. You're now the property manager. I could use you right now, man. I got to paint some walls, too. Oh, yes, and I, for the record, I did mention last week that Jack, my co-host cat, was coming back. But unfortunately, Jack was even over here. And we're all dripping wet with sweat. And I was like, everybody can wait. Jack can show up on Wednesday. I even tried for a little bit today to try to move my studio over to another property close by here. That was a disaster too. So, well, we're here. Whenever I go quiet like this, folks, is because I'm trying to see what I'm looking for questions. So guys, do keep in mind, from time to time I do miss a question. So if you type in a question and I miss it, don't be afraid to just type it again. So, looking for questions. David Mohan, what is the cloud control matrix? Gosh, David, you're one of those guys, I almost wish that we could talk on the phone, because I'm curious why you would ask that question. I don't think that is on any certifications that I'm dealing with. I am somewhat familiar with it just because, just like we use NIST framework for certain things, for cloud controls, it's an organization, I can't remember their name, CSA, I can't remember the name, it's going crazy. Anyway, they set up a framework for cloud controls for cloud networks for you to, where do you apply security controls to the cloud? That's all that is. It's a framework for applying controls to a cloud-based network. Not a D. So many praises to your name on Reddit I've seen today. Well, that's good. Reza Hazain. Good to see you, Reza. Ali's here, 128. Stay cool. Hot in Maryland. It's hot everywhere in the United States. What's it like in Europe these days? Is it hot over there too? I mean, it's summertime everywhere, right? Anybody from Australia? They're like, what do you mean? Gabriel R., first attempt yesterday, got a 49%. Going to review the wrong answers and hopefully remember enough to pass today. Man, Gabriel, I don't know if that's a good idea, buddy. And I know you've put up money, so I'm not going to say you can't, but that's a pretty low percentage. And Gabriel, I would be very interested, if at all possible. I'd love to talk to you, Gabriel. So, Gabriel, can you do me a favor? Can you send me an email? Send me an email to michaelm@totalsem.com, Gabriel. I'd like to talk to you, hopefully before you take your next exam, because 49% is low, my friend, and you should be looking to do better than that before you're lining up to sit down for the real exam. I'm going to be very curious what you're using for study materials. I'm hoping some of it's my stuff, but we're going to have to look at that together. And yeah, so Gabriel, please send me an email. Franklin McCants Jr. Hey, Mr. Myers, what's up, techies? Hey, Franklin. Matt Ireland, hello from Puyallup, Washington. Matt, I've been to Puyallup more than once. I used to have in a committed relationship with a gal from Puyallup. So here, I got a funny story to tell you guys about Puyallup, Washington. Puyallup, Washington's a little town south of Seattle, okay? There's something else that's south of Seattle, and it's called Mount Rainier, which is possibly one of the most beautiful, perfect V-shaped mountains in the continental United States. Anyway, when you go up to the Pacific Northwest of the United States, you'll discover that people up there point at clouds a lot. It's very cloudy up there. You don't get very many sunny days. So people in Puyallup and in Seattle, they point at clouds and they go, oh, you see those clouds over there? That's Mount Rainier. And you see those clouds over there? That's the Olympic Range. But you can't see anything because it's too cloudy. And that's what I learned a term. Where'd you go? That Matt Ireland couldn't understand. You ready? Every now and then it becomes sunny and the mountains are no longer obscured. So in the Pacific Northwest, they have a term. They go, oh, look, the mountain is out. Which means you can see the mountain. Now, from Puyallup, Washington to Mount Rainier, it's pretty close to this very, very tall mountain. And I live in Texas, or southern Texas, where it's very flat. It's a swamp. So I'm looking like this. And I'm like, I don't see any mountain. What do you people, there's no, holy God! Because it was like this. And I'm such a flatlander. I'm looking straight, and I couldn't even see this. And I fall on my butt. And oh my God, the Seattle folks laughed and laughed about that. The mountain is out. Thank you, Matt Ireland. I get to tell that story every now and then when I remember that. Gabriel R. Thank you. I even played while I slept. Oh, Gabriel, if you listen to my tapes while you're sleeping, then you start hearing the subliminal messages. So, Gabriel, you're suddenly going to notice that you have this insatiable desire to send me $100. You just go with that, buddy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Franklin C. McCants Jr. I'm using Network Course on Udemy right now. Had trouble with the test in the past. All right. Well, Franklin, you got to remember, and whoever was having trouble before earlier, practice questions are your friend. And you need to get practice questions. You need to pay for practice questions. Yes, I sell practice questions. We have a discount today. Oh, but Mike, I'd like to get some practice questions. How about if I get you some practice questions at a deep discount? Hold on. Oh, here it is. All right, guys, so just because you're nice enough to join me on the YouTube channel, what you get today is you get the Total Tester, which is our multiple choice questions, and our Total Sims bundles. The Total Sims are the performance-based questions. We sell them separately because our engine doesn't allow us to put them together easily. So you get a bundle of the A+ practice questions plus the A+ Sims, or the Net+ questions and the Net+ Sims. It's all we got, A+ or Net+, but those are, don't want to lie, 50% off. So all you got to do is go to www.totalsem.com. Scott, can you put that up while I'm talking, please? www.totalsem.com, and head over to our merchant area and buy one of the bundles, either A+ or Net+. And you get 50% off. Now, in order to get this, before you check out, use the code 071221. Again, that code is 071221. And you get half off of our already incredibly cheap practice questions. Cameo Man 2021. How did you come up with the idea for Austin Powers? Oh, because I put the GER in nerd, baby. Red Tuber 3 is here. Now we can start talking. I don't know. Cloud Control Matrix is on the 601. Oh, God. David, my brain, I am so deep into rewriting all the Network Plus material for the still unannounced Network Plus refresh that I forget. I really do. Thank you for reminding me, though, David. David's going to be like the next guy I hire. Cameo Man 2021. Okay, gotcha. Kevin Lopez. Have you guys played Microsoft Flight Simulator? Yes. I find the game very therapeutic. I'm not going to say that I don't find simulators like that therapeutic. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to give you one more story, all right? Scott Jernigan is not going to like me telling you guys this story, but it's absolutely true. All right, so you guys ready? Here we go. This is a true story. This is 20 years ago, all right? And I had a friend of mine who taught people how to fly. And we're not talking like little Timmy in a one propeller plane. These are jets. So they're getting checked out in like Lear jets and all kinds of jets like this. Anyway, so he let me tag along. And even 20 years ago, these were like $700 an hour just to sit in these simulators. And they were very, very realistic. And I have some stick time. I've flown small aircraft. But I also have played with like Microsoft Flight Simulator and things like that. So I'm pretty comfortable with the idea of flight and, you know, flight controls and avionics. So we're flying. And we're flying in the Houston area, okay? And we're just flying around. And it was, you know, even 20 years ago, it was very beautiful, very detailed graphics. And here in Houston, Texas, we have a monument called the San Jacinta, or I guess the proper Spanish pronunciation would be San Jacinto Monument. If you get a chance, Google it. It's a huge obelisk, and it commemorates where General Sam Houston beat Santa Anna to gain independence from Mexico. It is a massive, hundreds of feet tall obelisk. It is intentionally, I forget, 6 feet taller than the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C., because we just wanted to make the Yankees angry. Anyway, so there's this huge obelisk, and this obelisk is in the simulator. So I'm flying around, and here's this obelisk. I'm like, I go turning into it, and here comes the obelisk, closer and closer and closer, and the guy turns off the simulation. And he goes, quit messing around, guys. This is serious, and we want you to take it seriously. And we're like, come on, you big dirt. 3 months later, 9/11 happened. And you guys cannot imagine the number of phone calls I got from lots of federal agencies with guns. And thank God I knew a lot of them, and I had some clearance even back then. So it didn't get too much uglier. But yeah. Yeah, so I've played Flight Simulator. I sure have. Can you imagine? I just thought I was being a goof. And it's just a few months before 9/11. Lead balloon, my friends. Lead balloon. Okay, David Mohan's got another question. What is inherent, residual, and control risk? Okay. So it's interesting you put those three together, but I would put inherent and residual risk together. So inherent risk just means any amount of risk that's going to happen before you apply any controls to it. All right. So if we don't apply a control that says we must use passwords, what are the inherent risks to not using passwords? That one's pretty easy, right? Residual risk is whatever risk is left over after you've applied a control to it. So, okay, so for here on in, we're going to say everybody has to use an 8-digit password, but we don't say it's complex or not. So we have there is still some risk of a password being cracked because it's too simple. And then control risk is, does the control itself create risks that wouldn't be there in a inherent risk? Now you'd sit there and you say to yourself, well, Mike, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, the reason you're applying a security control to something is to mitigate risk, right? Well, yeah, that is right. But sometimes the control itself can cause issues. we will only use PPTP VPNs for interconnections on personal machines to the main office. Well, PPTP is a pretty weak VPN and is fairly crackable these days. So you're adding that risk by trying to mitigate another risk. So that's the difference, David, between inherent, residual, and control risk. AA, can I land a job without a computer science degree? You absolutely can. Yes, you can. Sure you can. Computer science is a programming degree, and it's not so much a tech support degree. A lot of people, now, hold on, before I say anything else, if you have the time and the money to get a 4-year degree, always go for a 4-year degree. Everyone should try to get a 4-year degree. Absolutely. But if you can't, IT's not a bad place to be. Still lots of people out there who don't have degrees. I don't have a degree. I was making way too much money, and I was like, either I finish school or I make a lot of money. But that was years ago. You're going to have to get a lot of on-the-job training. You might want to consider associate's degrees or B school if you're in the UK. They have great programs there. Tech schools of different types. But the bottom line is you need a high school degree here in the States or the equivalent thereof anywhere. But the bottom line is that with a degree, you tend to skip over 2 years of really grungy type work, first level help desk and driving around in vans and things like that, that people with degrees tend not to have to go through that process. Carlos Sanchez asked for the website again. Dave Scott Jernigan, I'm assuming you put it in there. Yeah, Carlos Sanchez at 2:21. What time is it now? Oh, I'm not that far behind. It should be up there for you. AA, I'm in high school currently, but my country university exam is including really useless topics for technology. I don't want to waste my time on it if it's possible to go with certificates. Well, where are you? Again, obtaining a bachelor's degree, if you have the time and the money and the proclivity, is always the best thing to do. Always, if you want to do that. But it wouldn't be a waste of money. EMH is here. That's good. Was the jet man named Benny? I don't remember what his name was. He was dating my buddy's mom. EMH, does anyone have resources for the Data Plus Beta? Not here, not that I'm aware of. But there's other people who come in here. Kevin Lopez, yeah, your FBI agent, yeah. Me and the FBI have a little bit of a history. Teacher Russell. Mike Meyers stars in Back to School 2 with Rodney Dangerfield. Andrew, I passed my Net Plus recently, and part of that was thanks to your courses. Congratulations to you, Andrew, for passing. Andrew, we have a lot of Andrews here, so it's always dangerous when you're just Andrew. I'm so hot. It's like 98 degrees in here. Oh, my God. All right. Kevin Lopez, are you able to look up question IDs from your total tester if we have a specific question about them? Kevin, I don't. I'm sorry. I can bring up the test tools, but I can't sort by question ID. So really, Kevin, the way to do that is just send me an email. Send me an email with the question ID. And then when you send me an email, say, well, Mike, I'd like to talk about this. And in particular, if you want to talk about it online so other people can bring in their impressions, well, that's fine too. But say that. So Michael M at totalsem.com. So send me an email, and with the ID, then I can look it up through the raw databases, get the question up, and then we can talk about it, because I would very much enjoy doing that. David Mohan, the difference between anonymization and pseudo-anonymization. So David, I need you to respond back to this. Am I being helpful to you with these? Because I very much worry sometimes that my answers to you, David, aren't nearly as good as what we have in the books and in the videos. So I'm actually worried that I'm not helping you here. Really? Okay, David says yes. Then okay, so anonymization versus pseudo-anonymization. This is a GDPR thing. I'm just going to go for it. David, I'm 93% sure that I'm right. So when we talk about anonymization, we tend to be talking about personal data. It doesn't have to be personal data, but that's where it tends to come up. The challenge we have with personal data, in particular in the health field, is that it's very helpful data to be able to give some of your data out publicly, so that research can be done and stockpiles can be made and all kinds of stuff like that. So, but I don't want to know that David Mohan celebrates, David Mohan has some terrible disease where he's overly attractive, or whatever it is. But I do want to keep track of overly attractive people. Okay, that's a terrible example, but I'm on the cuff here. All right. So understanding that, anonymization means that you're going to pull data out of the data set so that in no way can it be identified with the person where that data came from. There's just no way to do it. And there's no way to get back to it. A lot of times with personal data, we can put an index in it, or we can put some number or value in there so that people can get, and that's where pseudo-anonymization, I can never pronounce this word. In fact, this may be the first time I've actually pronounced it out loud in my entire life. Pseudo-anonymization, there is some way to get back to the original owner of the data, but it tends to be very, very difficult and a lot of jumps to go through. Mike Meyers. Let's watch Mike mispronounce people's names. Only here at YouTube at Total Seminars channel. Planning on doing my network and Security Plus. What's the best route of study to accomplish this, in your opinion? Here you go, Mike. Is it mine or Mine? All right, whatever. You need three things. You need a book, you need videos, and you need practice questions. This is not just for any, this is for any certification. It could be nursing. This would still be true. I can't tell you how to use them because everyone's different. Me, I'm a reader, so I like to read a book, and then I watch a few chapters. If you're using my training materials, the videos and the practice questions track pretty closely, not perfectly, but pretty closely to the book. So you can read one of my books, and then maybe watch some videos to kind of build the idea, and then do some practice questions. Some people like to read the entire book and do nothing but read the book. Some people watch the videos and then use the book as little extras. Bottom line is the practice questions are the real test of your skills, and doing practice questions over and over again is extremely important. Mr. G, hey Mike, can you explain again the multi-user Memo concept? All right, so Mr. G, I'm not going to, and the reason I'm going to tell you we're not going to is we have a great episode on this. We've already shot it, and it's here in the Total Seminars channel. It's completely free. Just search for 802.11 right here in the YouTube channel on the Total Seminars channel. And there's a great wireless episode there. Please watch that. We go into Memo, Memo, all that stuff, and then come back with questions. So we've already got a great episode on it. Please watch that, and then come back and ask me more questions. Patricia Grace, going through my old A+ book. Did you ever dismantle a system with your grandson? Not yet. So grandson number one he's really into dinosaurs right now. So we're talking more about pachycephalosauruses and, stuff like that. But for a 5-year-old, boy, does he know his dinosaurs. So I bought him this cute little dragon costume a couple of years ago. So, it's a little cute dragon. And he thinks that he wouldn't wear it. But then we told him it was a dinosaur costume, and now he won't take it off. Boys. DJQ15. Why do some employers still require a 4-year related IT degree? I mean, academia has always been lagging behind, and grades ain't telling the picture of competency. No, but they tell a good part of it. What's your name again? DJQ. A university degree, well, there's a reason they call it university, universal degrees. So a university degree is not just a tech school. Okay, I'm just telling you conceptually here. You can argue with me here, and I won't be able to have a good comeback. But the idea behind a university degree is you take writing, and you take history, and you take languages, and, more than just the required courses to get a computer science degree or whatever it might be. I think that it shows dedication, that it shows maturity, and a lot of people still put those on a lot of jobs because they're looking for that, and that's never going to change. But there's plenty of jobs that don't need that. Me nice. Me nice. Thank you, Me nice. That helps. All right. Hey, Catherine's here. Hey, Catherine. Looks like you have a question. You're going to point that to Scott or Dave. I'll let those guys take care of that for you. Alex Norton's here. Hey, Alex. See you all soon as night shift is calling. Later, Alex. Devo. Look at all these different names. Devo. Whatever happened to Ford Pearson? Ford, his wife, Dr. Pearson, graduated from medical school, and now she's making the big bucks. And Ford and her have decided to have some kids, and Ford is doing the Mr. Mom thing. So he's staying at home, doing some side work, does some side work for us even. But he's living the good life. And as Bill Burr would say, any job that you can do in your pajamas is okay. So, but Ford's doing super great. He quit us a couple years ago and is doing the Mr. Mom thing. Just so whenever I go quiet, guys, it's because I'm reading the chat here, so bear with me. Da-da-da-da. Okay, so Andrew Hutz is talking about some blue team simulation stuff. And guys, for those folks who do blue team, who are interested in any form of hacking type competitions, Andrew Hutz is quickly turning into our go-to guy for some of these more fun stuff. And more importantly, Andrew does bring up that we do have a Discord channel. Actually, we don't have a Discord channel. My buddy Jose Braden has a Discord channel. I have no control over this channel or anything that happens on this channel. Do you understand? So if somebody says something mean to you, then I can't. I have no control. Anyway, it's a great place. And if you're looking for 24/7 help for CompTIA certifications alone and general tech fun, this Discord channel has really been developing into something pretty good. I'm going to ask for the guys to put up a link for the Discord channel so that folks can find that, and please do join us there. Best time to be live on the Discord channel is immediately after one of the AMAs. So I have mine on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then Dave Rush has his Dave Rush AMA, DRAMA drama on Fridays at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Time. And then after those, dropping in on the Discord channel for your live stuff. But then keep in mind, you don't have to be there for the live stuff. If you actually want to see what Tolowit looks like, that's a good time to show up. Otherwise, you can just post stuff in there anytime you want, 24/7, and you're going to get good responses. Trevor Sheridan has a question. Scott Jernigan's talking great about Ford. Ford is a great guy. We do miss him. Won't deny that at all. All right, Trevor Sheridan. Core 2 practice question, peripherals not working. The correct answer is rollback updates. Check for updates is wrong because can't without mouse and keyboard. All right, Dave Rush, Trevor Sheridan at 239 has a question ID. Scott Jernigan or Dave Rush, can we please reference this question ID? Trevor, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it up right now, but we can try. I'm melting here, and I've got about 10 more minutes before I turn into a little puddle. I'm melting! And your little dog, too. Trevor, we'll try to answer that question. And if we can't answer it now, Trevor, send me an email. That's right, Trevor. Just send me an email to michael@total7.com and send me that question ID. The problem is, Trevor, I'm not in a position where I can even write this down, so I apologize. That's the best we're going to be able to do. Either send me an email, or maybe Dave Rush or Scott Jernigan can see your question from 2:39 p.m. and we can sort it out. The question, our ability to go through our database is not easily done remotely on purpose, because it's as you can imagine, the raw database itself is important, but we'll get you there. But anyway, Trevor, yes, please send me an email, and we'll have the answer for you. Teacher Russell, get that man a fan. Get me an air conditioner. I've been getting bids. It looks like I'm going to have to replace the air conditioner. So does anybody want to loan me $8,000? Gee, my knees. It's expensive. Oh, well. Make money. I'm Mike Meyers, and this is Melting Off the Pounds. Oh, if it was only that easy. Kevin Lopez, can an IDS automatically reconfigure in a router as an active response to a detected event, or would that be an IPS function? Kevin, it's an IPS function. There was a day, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, where you would say things like active IDS, but that's not very common anymore. We usually, so basically what we say is, IDS lets us know something bad is happening. IPS lets us know something bad is happening, and at the same time, we'll try to do something. I don't know if it's going to turn off a router, but it might block a port or update an ACL or something. Oh. All right, guys, I'll tell you what. It's just really, it's not, I'm too hot to be able to go any further. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to part a little early. However, before I leave, let's have a competition. This is for free stuff. Yes, I'm logging in. Whew. Trying to decide. So what you're competing for is a free 90-day access to A+, Net+, or Security Plus practice questions. This is not the simulations. This is just the multiple choice. And I'm tired of doing A+. Let's do Network Plus. What do y'all say about doing a Network Plus question? So whoever wins gets 90-day access to practice question. Kevin Lopez, TGT, there you go. The temperature is now well over 100 degrees in here, guys. So I'm actually not only worried about myself at this point, I'm actually worried about my equipment. All right. So it's going to be, I said Network Plus, right? Okay. Oh, I am not going to do this. All right, we're going to do an easy one because my time is short. Okay, guys, you ready? So this is from the CompTIA Network Plus. Here we go. A company has a wireless access point and only wants a predefined list. Oh, by the way, don't type A, B, C, or D. If you type A, B, C, or D, no good. You have to type enough of the answer out that I know what you're trying to go for, okay? Let's get back to it. A company has a wireless access point and only wants a predefined list of laptops to be able to attach to it. Which of the following should be configured? MAC filtering, WPA encryption, SSID disable, or ACL rules? I like this question mainly because this is one of these types of questions where you're going to know too much and you're going to make this question harder than it is. So we'll see what happens here. All right, I'm going to give everybody a moment to start typing. So, we got a lot of answers. Okay. I am 99% sure that this is MAC filtering. Check your answer. A is correct. Okay, cool. Yep, it's MAC filtering. So let's see who's the winner today. Today's big winner is... Okay, so it looks like our winner is David Mohan. Once again, congratulations to you, David. You won again. David, do you want to keep this prize, yes or no? All right, so David, you got it, brother. David, this is for you, man. All right, so David, in order for you to claim your prize, Dave's won a couple of times before, folks. So in order for you to claim your prize, David, what you need to do is send an email to kathy@totalsem.com. That's Kathy with a K. Type in your YouTube name, so make sure you put in David Mohan in there, and then which practice exam you wish to have. So make sure you have Kathy's address. And congratulations to you, David. You've won once again. Dave, you're kind of on a roll, man. Congratulations to you. Kevin Lopez, if MAC filtering wasn't an answer, would an ACL or NAC be an acceptable answer possibly? Yeah, Kevin, I probably would have gone with ACL. But yeah, remember this is kind of the reason I brought this question up. This is one of these where the more you know, the harder it's going to be for you to answer the right way. When in doubt, think horses, not zebras. Let me try that again. When you see hoof prints, think horses, not zebras. There you go. Okay. Yipe. Man, I can blow that up big time. All right, guys, I'd say we're starting to wrap up a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry we're going to cut this one short. I've got a great TPM presentation. It's all ready to go and everything. Somebody had also asked about TSX, and I started looking into it. And not only is TSX not that good, it looks like it's losing adoption and that the latest Intel processors aren't even going to be using TSX anymore. So I don't want to talk about it. That doesn't mean I won't talk about it. But A, it's not on any certification, so that kills my motivation a little bit. But then secondly, it just doesn't seem to be a critical issue other than for a few people trying to turn off TSX, kind of like the same way they used to turn off PAE in Windows. But otherwise, we do have a nice little TPM discussion. Maybe I'll take enough time and I should be able to get it completed and we can go from TPM to Windows 11 hardware, assuming I can even get Microsoft to come up with a final single answer on that because they keep going all over. Don't forget that this Friday is going to be Dave Rush AMA, and don't forget to join our Discord channel. It's always a good place to jump in. We got a good group of people here, folks, and especially if you're a newbie, this is a great place to have just a quick little resource of people you can quickly turn to get good answers that talk about not only certification, but technical in detail. So with that, I am going to head out the door here before I turn into a little puddle of nothing. And folks, I will see you all soon, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Hopefully I'll have an air conditioner by then. So until then, talk to you later. Bye-bye.